Well, welcome back to Thoughts While Thinking. And we just got to remember that the opinions and stuff expressed here are just mine and mine alone. But I do appreciate T-SPAN, the Texas News Digest, that for the help they give us technically. Well, we're not necessarily rearranging any prejudices right now because I'm talking about memories I had back in 1941. And well, we may be with that 1 or 2% that really thinks. And I'm not making any judgments. I'm just telling you what I remember. And that's the Pearl Harbor, the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And I listened to it on the radio. I heard it on the radio. And I couldn't get away from that radio because I was just enamored by the news of that. It was just unbelievable. And I remember hearing President Roosevelt's speech about the day of infinity. I could visualize him up there almost crying about what was going on about that Pearl Harbor disaster. And, it was just a really awesome critical things that happened in there, just that disastrous. And then I remember about when D-Day happened, listening to it on the radio. I could just see those soldiers coming off of those landing crafts and hitting that beach and getting all shot up. And I kept hearing all that. I could see it. I could see it in my mind. And I could see them climbing that wall up there and all the lives that they lost there. And they buried those guys. There's just a lot of things happening that day, and that D-Day was a day of your freedom, and we got to remember that that's what the freedom is. And liberty is a right to choose. Freedom is a result of that choice, and we got to make that choice to have that liberty, because that's where it all began. And if you sacrifice liberty for security, you lose both. Now that's a powerful statement that you need to think about. You need to work on your thinking there, that's for sure. And we got to remember D-Day is about remembering all those lives that was lost and what they gave up for your freedom. And you got to remember, I don't know whether you know this, but I'll bet you don't. But government is a word for mind control. The Latin verb for that is to control. And the Latin noun is a mind, so that's mind control. And by golly, that's what they're working on right now is mind control. And they're trying to do away with our Statue of Liberty and what it represents. They're trying to do away with our liberty, our Bill of Rights. And we got to protect our freedom and our independence. We got to think about that on this D-Day. And, Thomas Paine, he said the greatest tyrannies are always perpetuated in the name of the noblest cause. Well, all these noble causes that we got of protection, face masks, shots, everything we're going on right now. And I got to think about 1984. Old George Orwell had a kind of interesting statement there. He says, double think. That means contradictory beliefs in one mind simultaneously accepting both. Now, is that where we are now? Are we in 1984? I'll tell you what, I'm getting, it's a weird day every day I get up with all I hear that's going on. And we can't just overlook all those soldiers that met their death on World War II defending our freedom. And, Thomas Sowell, he says ours may be the civilization that is destroyed by the power of not by the power of our enemies, but by the ignorance of our teachers and the dangerous nonsense they're teaching our children. An age of artificial intelligence, or are they really artificial stupidity? Now, soul he was thinking. And I think that that's what is happening right now. We're just being dumbed down that way. And you got to remember, and I'll ask you this question: name a single time in history when a group fighting for censorship of speech and the ban of books were good guys. Well, like that little thing says, I guess I'll have to wait. Well, one of these days we're gonna, some of us is gonna hang our head in shame when we realize that the evil that they defended and the heroes they ridiculed was the evil. That's what's happening today. Think about that. To be that 1 or 2% and spread what you think and what you believe. And we got to pursue that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We've been over 200 years of pursuing that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and our liberty's been being chopped away a little bit for a long time, but we got to remember that. And it really come out in the open and out of the closet when President Obama was elected, and he and Soros got to rubbing elbows and just starting to hate police and hate the conservatives and Constitution. Constitution is getting in their way, and he says that shortly the public will be unable to reason or think for themselves. They'll be only to parrot the information they're given the previous night's news. That was back in 1979, and that is exactly where we are today. I mean, with everybody just parroting what they hear on the news, and they don't think about what's going on. Well, I hope I gave you some thoughts while thinking, and maybe rearranging the prejudice and making some sound judgments. So adios, amigo, and we'll see you on the flip side.